Hello people, this is Nana, cooking with Nana, and we are still in Branson, Missouri, and it's our last night here. So we were out all day having fun, so now I'm throwing together some dinner for the family, and I promised them a shrimp boil. So in this pot right here, I've got some good old Winfrose sausage from Lufkin, Texas, which I really like the spice of this. You know, I used to, I was stuck on andouille, and I do love andouille, but this is my husband's favorite sausage, and I really, really like it because of the spice level. It's good in anything. I've used it in gumbos, I use it in just sausage and gravy, I use it in beans. Good old Renfro sausage from Lufkin, Texas. I guess it's from Lufkin, I buy it at Brookshires. Anyway, you can buy it at Brookshires. This is just cut up, a little bit of oil on the bottom because it doesn't have a lot of grease in it. I've got some poblano peppers and some onions, and I've got it just kind of on low, just starting to kind of work all those juices together, and then I'm going to season it. It's already really spicy, so you don't need a whole lot, okay? So this is going to be the sausage and the peppers and onions that go with the shrimp boil. Over here in this pot, I have some red potatoes. I like the small ones, just cut them in like small pieces. I like to open them up so they can soak up those spices and not just be spicy on the outside. So I've had this in a pot on low for about 30 minutes with a bag of this Zatarain's shrimp and crab boil. It's one of those little bags that, you know, the water seeps in and the spices come out. And then I've added about 3 or 4 bay leaves and some onions and peppers. I'm just letting that kind of slowly come together, and then when I get ready to cook it, I'm going to put it on a high boil, okay? But right now everything's just kind of becoming friends. You know, you got to become friends before you can, you know, go on into a long-term relationship. So just kind of want to poke that seasoning bag every now and then. You see how the spices come out? That's going to season those potatoes, okay? I'm going to put the pot lid back on there. I'm going to show you what you need. So this is what I use at my shrimp boils or crab boil or crawfish boil. I use a combination of 2 to 3 things. Today I'm using 2. Oop, I'm sorry, I dropped my bay leaves. I'm using the crawfish and shrimp, crab boil that's in the bag that we saw. I also like the heavy seasoning of the Louisiana crawfish, shrimp, and crab boil that's loose. Okay, and then of course I always have my Louisiana seasoning, and then you want salt and pepper, some parsley. Don't look at this dirty kitchen at the condo. I'm cooking. Garlic. I forgot to put my garlic over here. It's garlic, and I dropped my bay leaves. So down we go. Back up we go. Let me give you a little hint on these bay leaves. Bay leaves are really good in any kind of Cajun seasoning. You do not leave them in there though. You don't serve them with that. You put it in your broths, your gumbos, your etouffees, your boils. Gives it a really good flavor, but you take the leaves out before you serve it. You don't eat those. They're really expensive if you get them at the regular grocery store. But what I found is if I go to one of the Mexican food markets there around where we live at, that you can get a whole thing of bay leaves like this for 99 cents. All their spices are in a big bag, and they're 99 cents. You can get pretty much anything you want. So just a little tip for there to save money. So I'm going to keep going here. The shrimp are in the sink here. Countless uses. I think I'm tired, you know. Oven, sink, whatever. Good Gulf shrimp that I brought from Texas. Once again, you do not want shrimp from another country. People, do not do it to yourself, and don't do it to your family. They don't deserve it. Okay. These are going to be the last things that we cook. Okay. You're going to boil them really quickly, but you're going to let them sit in that water and soak up those spices. Okay. So what I usually do is I put them in the water and let them soak up the spices before I boil them, because if you boil them too much, they get tough. So I'm going to do the same thing to those that I did to these potatoes over here. So I'm going to keep you posted. Now, normally at home, I would throw some corn in here, but me and my husband are the only ones that like corn out of all this bunch of my family, so I wasn't going to go to the store to get corn just for me and him. So we're going to do without the corn tonight, but we won't suffer. So this is step 1, shrimp and crab boil. In a condo with not the right kind of pots, I would normally have a big pot and have all this going at the same time. It's totally fine to do it separate, and you can put it together all on a platter at the end. So step 2 will come later. Bye.